Welcome to another episode of the Everblack podcast. Now, some call him the Mango Kid, some call him Dr. Evening. But one thing is for sure, the man who goes by the name of Danko Jones is an absolute rock god, and I had the chance to chat to the man himself about their new album Rock Supreme, their long overdue headline tour of Australia, and that kicks off at the end of the month. And we spoke about heaps of other stuff too, like jamming with Motorhead and Lemmy, Walken. He's just a really cool dude, and not only that, one of the best damn showmen on the planet. Like, check out the clips of them playing at Wacken. It's just incredible, and they were here for Soundwave a few years ago, and they're just one of the best bands. Canadians too, nice guys. Now the new album, also the Rock Supreme, is out now, and it's awesome. It's like a mixed bag of classic rock and hard rock, and I really dig the Van Halen and Thin Lizzy influences that pop up throughout. It's really cool. You should check it out. Now the Danko Jones tour kicks off in Melbourne at Stay Gold on Thursday, 30th of May. Then we'll see him up here in Brisbane on the Friday, 31st of May at the Crowbar. Saturday, 1st of June in Sydney at the Crowbar. And then wrapping up Sunday, 2nd of June in Adelaide at the Enigma Bar. Tickets are on sale now at silverbacktouring.com. It's going to be an awesome tour. Like, don't miss Danko Jones while he's down here. It's just one of the best live bands on the planet. All right, before we go into the interview with Danko Jones, we have to mention that this episode is brought to you by Blacklight Art Design, who are our go-to for all our screen printing needs. They've done all our shirts and hats for Everblack Media, and they've got such a quick turnaround. I highly recommend checking those guys out. Big shout out to Karen and Buzz. Love your work, guys, and thanks for the turtle stuff on the weekend, brother. That was really cool. www.blacklightad.com.au. The show is also brought to you by our good friends at RW Promotion, who are the best in the biz when it comes to stickers, flyers, banners, badges, and all other promo you need for your band or business. Go check them out at www.rwpromotion.com.au. Also want to give a shout out to our friends at Lumberpunks Axe Throwing Club, who now have two venues in Queensland, one in Miami on the Gold Coast and the other in West End in Brisbane. Lumberpunks Axe Throwing Club is the perfect destination for blowing off some steam with some buddies, throwing some axes at some targets, and cranking some metal. Or Danko Jones. Yeah, hey, that's a perfect combination right there. All sessions are 1.5 hours in length and comprise of safety induction, instruction on tactical tomahawks and hatchets, and then competitive play. Now, you will receive 10% off your session when quoting Everblack in your booking notes. Terms and conditions apply. If you're in the area, go check it out. It's just a really good time, and it's addictive as well. You know, you can join a team, you can do lots of stuff. It's a whole new community. So Lumberpunks, get into it, guys. All right, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube and Everblack podcast through iTunes. We're on all the social medias like Facebook, Instagram. Any shares, any likes, interact with us. It's much appreciated. And keep listening, keep rocking out. All right, here is my chat with the one and only Danko Jones. Horns high.
Hey, Danko, how are you,
Hello?
man?
Hey, how's it going?
Good, mate. Good.
Good to talk to you.
Awesome. Well, of course, you're coming back down under at the end of the month in support of your latest album, Rock Supreme. And it's way, way overdue, man. Last time was Soundwave. So we've got a hell of a lot of catching up to do, man.
Yeah, it's true. It's too bad that, you know, the time in between visits is like years as opposed to just a yearly thing or every other year. It's too bad, but we'll take what we can get. Whatever Australia is willing to give us, we'll take. We definitely loved the two times we visited Australia, and of course Soundwave was amazing. Such a great experience. This time it'll be just us, and we're looking forward to it.
We're looking forward to it too, man. It's going to be unreal. And what was the first time, though? I'm trying to think back when that was.
I believe it was like 03, 04. I think I'm thinking more 03, maybe 03, 04, and we did 3 shows, and yeah, it was a quick one, but there was people there, you know. it wasn't jam-packed, and I understood, like, we've never been there before. But I thought by the response we would have been asked back sooner. But it took Soundwave to ask us, and I remember it was someone who tagged the person who ran it on Twitter, and that was how it got the ball rolling. But if it wasn't for that tweet, we wouldn't have done the Soundwave Festival. So we just got in by the skin of our teeth, but it was a fun experience, and it was fun because we knew a lot of people on that Soundwave Festival. There's like 5 bands from Toronto, so it was crazy.
It was a good show, man. It was, and I'm so keen to see you guys play again. I think, especially with this album, it's going to be such a unreal tour, man. You played, was it Dance, 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 Lipstick City, and Burn in Hell at your recent shows. How's the set shaping up for Australia? You're going to hear some of those ones, some classics?
Yeah. We played, actually, just last Friday and Saturday was the day the record came out, and we were playing these kind of radio listener private shows kind of in Germany, and we played I'm in a Band for the first time. And so it was a lot of fun to play, so I'm pretty sure we'll put that in the set. And of course, since we haven't been to Australia in a few years, we'll definitely have some older songs in there as well.
That's awesome to hear, man. And of course, I love the album cover, as it shows, I think is it a little girl or a little dude in like a creative space, like rocking out with the headphones, building a model car, which I guess for... I know growing up, like especially me, like a lot of outcasts growing up, that was pretty much sums up what our high school years were like. Who came up with that?
The artist's name is Ulf Lundell. And he's done record covers for Graveyard. Actually, all the cool Graveyard covers he did. So we kind of reached out to him. He said he was like really busy, but he had this one idea that, was supposed to be for another band, but I don't know what happened. And we liked it a lot. And so he just kind of changed a few things, put a girl on the cover, and put our things on there, like an SG, because I play an SG, and old covers of albums and all this kind of stuff that links her to us. And I thought it was cool that it was a rocker girl, making it, the toy model. And so, Ulf just jam-packed it with a bunch of stuff. It takes about 10 glances at the cover to take it all in, and I love those kinds of things.
Me too. Yeah, that's why I was sort of looking at it for ages, and, I sort of found a bit of a connection with it. So, it's a pretty special cover, and, a lot of vocalists, man, you're a well-spoken dude, and I know a lot of vocalists, including myself, get told, you probably hear it a million times, like, you sound nothing like how you talk when you sing. When you know what I mean?
Oh.
It's a hard, it's like that dual personality. As soon as you get up there, it's like that Jekyll and Hyde sort of thing. Is that something you're aware of, that other Danko is like a totally different person living inside you?
Not really. The way I am on stage is just a reaction to everybody staring at you. Some people, they clam up and they get shy and they get nervous. Well, I get the opposite. So that's something that I think people find it hard to kind of connect when they meet me off stage and I'm not screaming in their face. But friends who are like, close friends who've known me for years and they've seen all sides of me, they go, well, that's you. You're just like super exaggerated, but that's you. Like I've seen all those sides of you before. So, it's just a matter of getting to know me, I suppose.
I guess sometimes throughout your songs, it's like I hear like a bit of Thin Lizzy, I hear Van Halen, I hear all those. This monster of a Danko Jones comes out of you. Which would you say it's like bits and pieces of all those people that have sort of made this sort of Frankenstein rock god side of your personality?
I mean, you mentioned Thin Lizzy and Van Halen, and on the new record, there's definitely a song which is an ode to Thin Lizzy, and definitely a song that's an ode to Van Halen, for sure. And they've all those bands have helped make what we're about. But there's a few dozen other bands as well too. It's just what we decide to showcase or highlight, album to album.
I love it. Keeping rock alive, brother. The true rock.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, like it's. I mean, it's a troubled genre these days. It doesn't get a lot of respect, and sometimes we're on the receiving end of it due to someone who doesn't understand it very much. And it's a shame because it's such a deep genre. It's got such a rich history, a longer back catalog than newer genres that get more acclaim than rock bands do. So it's a frustrating thing.
Well, I mean, most of the albums have like a good time rock vibe about them. You know what I mean? Like you can put on those albums and you can have a good time. But I did find that Fire Music sort of sticks out as a little darker and a little bit more melancholy than the rest. Is that
sure? It was an album that we made coming out of a kind of a very tense situation in the band, and it was darker, but at the same time, I think Fire Music was a corner we turned a corner with Fire Music and made a really, really good album compared to Rock and Roll is Black and Blue, which had some really good moments in it. I'd say there's like 4 songs that are really, really good. But Fire Music was something we just went into the studio and banged it out and kept going. So with Wildcat, we continued with that way of, making records, and Rock Supreme continues it. So the last 3 records, I think, have been really solid.
Absolutely, man. They're excellent albums. Like, I'm not just saying that. Like, I really, really love those albums. Yeah.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, it's awesome, dude. And of course, the video for Full of Regret has to be one of my favorites. And it's kind of like a mini movie. It's got appearance by Lemmy.
Oh, thanks.
It's so good, man. Did you ever tour with Motorhead or play shows?
Yeah, we toured with them in 2008. They took us out on tour, and was it 2008? Yeah. We played with them like on one-off shows as main support here and there, and at festivals as well. So, and I got to go on stage with Lemmy and Phil and Mickey over a dozen times, but less than 20 times, and sing Killed by Death.
Wow.
So it was a lot of fun.
That's amazing, man.
And the last time I sang Killed by Death was in Toronto. We weren't even on the bill. I was just in the crowd, and they heard I was in the crowd, so they brought me on. And that was the last time I sang Killed by Death with Motorhead. And Toronto's my hometown, so it was amazing to do that.
You know what, dude? It's those experiences that when you're 15, you're rocking out in your bedroom, and you imagine those moments, man, of that front man from that band that you love pointing you out and go, come up here and say, you know what I mean? Like, that's incredible.
Yeah, it definitely is. And I've had a few of those moments, and they're really great, and, it's fun.
You're a podcaster as well, too, and I love the show. Have you had one guest that you know everything about, you're a big fan, but because of their resume is so extensive that you're a bit sort of stuck where to begin the conversation? You know what I mean? Like, it's a bit intimidating. Have you found that?
I don't know about intimidating, but sometimes I just don't know where to start because I only bring people on that I'm a big fan of, and then trying to figure out a starting point is hard because I'm just such a fan. It's hard to really focus. But eventually we get on the horse and we finish the podcast. But I mean, for the most part, I don't think there's been anyone who's been on the podcast where I've not enjoyed our discussion or found some sort of amusement by it, because I'm a big fan of theirs, and I wouldn't ask them to be on if I wasn't a fan.
Who's been the one guest that you've enjoyed having on the most?
Well, Damien Abraham from Fucked Up, the singer, Damien has been on the podcast, I don't know, 10 times. So, we're good friends. So he's the next episode's guest. Cool. We have a friendship on and off the mic. So it is fun to just hang with Damien for an afternoon or something. So there's Damien. Duff McKagan's been on, he's been on twice, but 3 different occasions, and I just kind of comped them together. So he's been on 3 times, and we've had great discussions. And Barrett Martin from Walking Papers has been great, Screaming Trees. Devin Townsend's been on twice, and we always have some great discussions. I don't know. I can go on. I mean, I've been doing it for 8 years. I have 193 episodes banked, and I like all the episodes. Yeah, I like the people on the podcast. So once they've, kind of like, if you're on the podcast, then chances are it'll be fun.
You made the list. If you've made it, if you're on the Danko Jones podcast.
Yeah, kind of, I guess. Yeah, I guess so.
That's awesome, dude. That's awesome. And what's your plans after the tour?
We head over to Sweden Rock, actually immediately to Sweden Rock to play there. And then after that, we fly home, and we have a couple of weeks off. And then for the rest of the summer, we're doing festivals in Europe.
That's my dream. I know you played Wacken a couple of times, haven't you? Like, that's my dream to go there, man. It must be incredible.
Yeah, I've been to Wacken 4 times. We've played there 3 times. We did a DVD live at Wacken that actually Wacken put out. And I did a spoken word trip there as well in 2012 where I just spoke for 2 days. And then Henry Rollins spoke the 3rd and 4th day.
And was it about Kiss? You were talking about Kiss? Is that right?
Yeah, I proved that Peter Criss died in 1978.
That blows my mind, man.
Well, it's funny because the night before I was to do it, I ran into Saxon in the lobby of the hotel. And Nigel is a big Kiss fan, and he's a big Peter Criss fan. And when he goes, "What are you doing here?" I go, "I'm going to prove that Peter Criss died in 78. He got kind of annoyed. He's like, "He's not dead." And then I started to do my lecture on Nigel. And then after, he goes, "I'm going to try and check it out." Because I was kind of convincing him. So that's great. It was great.
Oh, that's awesome, dude. Do you reckon, you could come down here one day and do, a podcast tour or a spoken word tour? Is that something you'd like to do?
I don't really do spoken word tours. I mean, I would love to do the lecture live, but it needs a huge screen, and I have slides, and it's a big to-do. So it was hard to mount a tour. So I did it at Wacken because they provided me with the projection screen and the slides and everything and the podium and everything. But I wasn't able to do it anywhere else.
Well, man, hopefully one day. I'd love to hear that lecture. That would be cool. But in the meantime, we're going to see you rock the fuck out down here in Australia. It's going to be incredible. I can't wait, man. And it kicks off on May 30 in Melbourne. But I'll see you in Brisbane, bro. I can't wait.
Oh, excellent. That's awesome.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you bring the rock and I'll buy the beers. How's that?
Okay, deal.
Just not Foster's, man. We don't drink that shit down here. Just
okay. I mean, I don't drink beer, but I'll enjoy a drink.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Well, dude, until then, take care. All the best to you and the boys, and keep rocking, brother.
Thank you.